Trust builds confidence, or is it that confidence builds trust? Have you ever had a good intention to do something but didn't? It's not a personality disorder or a moral failing, it's just human nature. It's a trust and confidence issue. I'll tell you where you can find some of that with help from a wizard and a Navy SEAL. Have you ever seen the movie The Wizard of Oz? Spoiler alert if you haven't. There's this girl named Dorothy. She's running away from home when she gets conked on the head during a tornado and ends up in this place called Oz, somewhere over the rainbow. She wants to go home. This good witch tells her she'll need to go to the Emerald City to see a wizard. On the way, she meets a scarecrow, a tin man, and a cowardly lion. They want something too, so they go with her. Yada yada yada. The wizard turns out to be a fake, but he's a pretty good judge of human nature. They were looking for a brain, a heart, and courage, but what they were really looking for was self-confidence. The word comes from two Latin words, con meaning with or completely, and fidere meaning trust. Confidence means with complete trust. The wizard gives each of them a token, an outward and visible sign of something it turns out they already had. Scarecrow gets a diploma, Tin Man gets a heart-shaped clock, and the lion gets a medal. Dorothy also had what she needed. She just didn't know it. The ruby slippers. The good witch tells her all she has to do is click her heels 3 times and say there's no place like home, and she's back in Kansas. Why the good witch didn't just tell her that in the first place is probably because sometimes we just have to figure things out for ourselves. What's your yellow brick road? How do you get confidence? How do you start trusting yourself? How do you build trust? How do you become trustworthy? First, you need to prove it to yourself. It's important enough to be the first item in the Boy Scout law. A scout is trustworthy. A good scout tells the truth and keeps promises. You build confidence in yourself by acting in a trustworthy manner. If you were on trial for being trustworthy, would there be enough evidence to convict you? You need proof. Where's the evidence? You can't just say you are something and then not do anything about it. You need to do it until you become it. You need to prove it to yourself. What we're really talking about here is building a habit, and you do that little by little, day by day. Admiral William McRaven did a masterful job of explaining this in a commencement address to the graduates of his alma mater, the University of Texas, in 2014. I've added a link to the full speech in the notes. I highly recommend that you watch it. The university's motto is, "What starts here changes the world." McRaven began his career as a Navy SEAL and rose to command the U.S. Special Operations Command. He told the graduates if they wanted to change the world, they could start by making their bed first thing in the morning. It would give them a small sense of accomplishment. It would encourage them to do another task and then another and another. It's proof they could be trusted to do what they said they were going to do. And as the Admiral said, even if the rest of your day goes bad, at least you've got a nice bed to come back to. Most change is not one giant leap. It's one tiny step after another over a long period of time. It takes time. Start with a few things. Small things. Commit yourself. Do them. Make your bed. If this channel has been helpful, I'd be grateful if you'd subscribe and give it a like or leave a comment. We need to encourage one another. In the meantime, keep your eyes and ears open. I predict you'll start noticing all kinds of things about time. Remember, it's our greatest asset. I'm Phil Dean. See you next time on It's About Time.